Well, you're always going to be a cheater and a loser. Yeah, well, my wife's still with me, Elijah.
Ooh! He turns around. You can tell that one. Ooh, that one hit home.
So like, I know that they like swing and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know how.
He is a cock. He is a cock.
Still
He
be.
just vibes like he breathes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
It's incredible.
I'll just see him like tweet something. I'm like, that's not even true. Like you know that. Like about his own life. Like he'll just like randomly be tweeting lies about his own life to everyone.
I'm right here, dude. What are you walking away for?
Brown.
Yeah.
Not American.
Not American. Well, Well, you're always going to be a cheater and a loser. Yeah, well, my wife's still with me, Elijah.
Ooh! He turns around. You can tell that one. Ooh, that one hit home.
You're not going to get anybody's wife. You're a loser. You're probably positive. So, Elijah, what's the plan? Are you going to stay in Frisco? Are you going to move back to Florida or what?
I think he's in Texas now.
I'm not Elijah's type. I'm not skinny and. Bobby, have you seen your boss? Yeah, you don't think he does? No, I don't.
Yeah, why would he say that? Why would he say that? Why would he say that when his suit doesn't even fit? You can tell he just whipped it out of somebody's closet. He's probably wearing Elijah's suit. Elijah probably came with like shorts and flip flops, and Elijah's like, no, you're gonna wear one of my suits. We gotta roll in here. We gotta roll in here looking good. We have to roll in here LARPing.
Look, it's not even fit. No, it's not fitting. You're all baggy and shit.
Dude, it does not fit at all, man. Oh, jeez. Why would you bring that up? That shit's always so juicy when somebody brings up something like that. Dude, you're not wearing a suit, and then his doesn't even fit. Oh, man, the deflection. Shing. I lost it at the suit being baggy and shit. Dude, the JCPenney fit on the twink. Oh my gosh. Chef's kiss for the fashion roast. Bro, the Brittany Venti video is gonna go crazy on this.
Yeah, I don't really like them. I don't like Josiah and Isabella.
Have you
I
met
don't either.
them?
Yeah. I'm like on good terms with them. But like they were randomly beefing with me for no reason. And then they kind of like ended up like apologizing. Because it was like completely unwarranted and fully like one-sided.
Right.
And so they end up like apologizing and then pretending to like be like my bestie and stuff. And it's actually kind of weird because
They're fake. They're all
we're
fake.
friends with like Trey, who's kind of friends with him, which I don't know if you know who that is, but
No.
Trey was gonna come hang out.
Trey is the guy who he runs AF Post, or at least as a writer for AF Post, which is America First Post, which is not affiliated with America First or Nick Fuentes, but interestingly enough, that's who she's referencing there.
Hang out with like me, and at that time he's like my fiance because we're friends with him. And then Trey was gonna come, and then like he like brought Josiah with him. And so like Josiah's like been to my house basically one time. Yeah.
Is he a weirdo? What's his deal?
I don't really like his vibe. Like he was basically like acknowledging like, oh yeah, me and Isabel, like it's totally grifty. Like we don't really like take it seriously. Like we're just trying to make a bit of money and just like have fun. Like I don't think women should be in politics anyway.
Yeah.
Like kind of, and I'm just like, okay. It's kind of like slob content. I don't know. Like,
Yes, it is.
Like a reason to hate him, but I just don't really like his vibe.
He's admitting
It's
it.
kind of funny though, because he was kind of like shit talking Elijah even.
Oh my gosh, the vocal fry, dude. Lady, can you please just talk like a normal person? Please, I beg of you. Please, just enunciate, just talk like a normal person. For the love of God. It's just like slob content, you know. I can't imagine being in this mindset. If my partner fucked somebody I work for and relished every moment, I'd probably just end it. I guess some people like being cucked. Yes, and what we're going to find out a little bit about this guy, Josiah, seems like he doesn't mind that lifestyle, clearly. Yeah, this is very strange. He's basically admitted to her, is what she's saying, that they're just grifting. Yeah, this is just a grift. We just post slop content, which they do. I don't actually follow him like at all, but all her content is absolute just grift apocalypse, nonstop grifting. She jumped on this stupid right-wing bandwagon in 2024, whatever, just like that Lily Gaddish chick, just like that woman propaganda guy. And they're all saying the base talking points. Oh, great. There's nothing of value there. None of the ideas are founded in anything real, nothing original. They have not delved into any of these things intellectually. so as politics, as something noteworthy, completely trash. If you're just going it, listen, if that's what you want, if you want stupid slop politics, entertainment, infotainment, I guess it might be, then they're right up your alley.
Yeah, like he was even saying I think he was trying to say something about like making some joke about like, well, don't have any freedom because I'm married now or something like that. Then he was like, unless you have like an Elijah Schaefer version of marriage or something.
Yeah.
And then he was like laughing and basically like, yeah, he just doesn't even give a shit.
Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, that guy like confuses. I don't know anything about these people, by the way, except that I know that Elijah has been with Isabel. And Josiah knows. I think he like encouraged it. So like, I know that they like swing and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just like, I don't know how
He is a cock. He is a cock.
Still be friends with like a guy that like fucked your wife, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's like really weird.
And you
Isn't
know
that
about
strange?
Yeah, I always found that weird, and I kind of just wonder if they like have something on each other, too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Josiah was his producer.
That's a situation where I totally think they have something on each other.
Yeah, but it's even more than that. It's like they're like in contact all the time, calling each other. They have a friendship.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
like
one of his, I feel like that's one of his like only friends.
yeah.
Which makes me not really like him, because that's just weird.
Right. Yeah.
It's also strange that she's admitting to all this, but then she also slept with Elijah. What? Is this after she slept with him and she realized, oh man, I regretted it. So now I'm going on the offensive. Yeah, I think it's Australian accent. I think this is his wife's brother, right? His brother-in-law who's doing the tell all. I wonder if there's going to be more leaking out from this. She just did a tell all over Elijah's whole past sexual history. Whew. And we already know when he was at the Blaze, he got fired for being a sex pest, as people put it. I think it was Sarah Gonzalez chick who worked there. He was feeling her up or something. I don't really know the exact details. I don't know if that was ever disclosed, but he got basically fired because of that. This is Isabella Moody. This is what she does. She's like the mean girl, the racist mean girl. That's her shtick. That's her grift. And she works for Censored.tv, which is Gavin McGinnis's website, which makes me believe that Gavin is, I guess, just for entertainment. It's just for entertainment value. But she and Lily Gaddis and the woman propaganda lady or guy, whatever, they all work for Censored.tv, and they just post the worst slop imaginable.
Wow, the first shout out request that I have is a it.
Whoa, okay. I'm not even going to play this. I'm not going to play this. I'm not going to play that. We're not going to play that. But she literally posts this kind of like weird, people pay her to roast them, essentially, to do this like humiliation, like it's like FinDom. Do you guys know what FinDom is? Like financial domination. She posts that shit online. She's supposed to be this right-wing e-girl, conservative trad influencer. I think there was one of them where somebody posted where she even said at the end of this whole long 2-minute video where she's basically railing into this guy to go to church. It was like, dude, lady, what is this? This is so just perverse. And I'm not the only one who thinks this, right? This guy says this is sex work. You're literally doing sex work. You are a prostitute. She's got more where she does content for racial shit, racial humiliation shit, cuck shit, like weird, man, weird stuff.
Both of them, big groypers.
This is her husband.
He's 5'4". But
hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
wrong with that.
Just his time at the Blaze and some stuff regarding Isabella, whatever.
Just done, and once I started to have more of a social life, like whenever I would go out to go see Taylor, or whenever I would come hang out with Isabella or whatever, I noticed that there was some disapproval or like passive aggressiveness that was
famous for that. I thought you knew, but okay.
Yeah, so it was like you have a social life, but then
So what he's talking about right now, this is what I was told by, again, many people, Turning Point people, Blaze, Congress. This is all the people that she's slept with just in the conservative spaces. James O'Keefe and his organization. This is just the conservative spaces. And how did these two meet? Well, Isabella was working for the Blaze, half the staff there. And Josiah, he ran a fan account for Elijah Schaefer, and Elijah Schaefer had him go out to Texas, and Josiah was living on his couch. And what he's talking about right now is his fallout with Elijah Schaefer, or his moving away from Elijah Schaefer. I think they're still cool, but they weren't as close because he went from sleeping on Elijah's couch to sleeping on Isabella's couch. And this aligns with what I was told by a few different people. And he would go over there all the time. He'd hang out at her place.
So he was working for Elijah at the Blaze. She also at the same time was there. She was basically the pump and dump of the office, it sounds like, of all this group, of the Elijah Schaefer group. And listen, I don't know the lad. If he's 5'3", listen, I love my short kings out there, but maybe he was getting the short end of the stick, vying for her. Like he said, he went from sleeping on Elijah's couch to her couch and jumped to her. And now they're apparently married. So weird.
While she was actively fucking people that they were hanging out with as a group. So she'd be fucking his friend. He'd be there as a total simp. He was simping for ever. And in this interview, he even admits it, that for years he's been simping after this chick. He saw her on TikTok and he had to have her. But it just so happened that he was hanging out with people that already had her. So it's even more embarrassing.
He really just wanted me to be committed, dedicated, like 100% slightly offensive. And I think that whenever he saw
you're
me
not
hanging out-
working on slightly offensive on your social time. So what's the problem?
Well, I was for so long.
Oh.
Right? It was.
That was Cope. Walk that back. He doesn't know what to say. Also, her face. He doesn't know what to say. So why was Elijah Schaefer mad that he was out doing that and not out hanging out with Isabella? That's weird. And this is the response.
I was for so long.
Oh.
Right? It was. Like, pretty much, I was working 13 hours some days with Elijah. Like, yeah. Because
hey, by the way,
working 13
by
hours.
the way, you know, when it comes to Groypers, Nick Fuentes ruining people's lives, I also got word that Josiah lost his fucking job for the Nick Fuentes shit. So good work there, buddy. He was supposed to be working with Benny Johnson. Apparently he lost his gig. That's what I was told. So good job. Way to nuke everything, Josiah, you fucking retard. And I also was told that they're struggling. You know, I said yesterday how it's probably not going
Twisting
well.
the blade.
She doesn't really get any views. They tweet a lot, but she doesn't really get any views. He doesn't even do jack shit. He's trying to be a conservative like grifter, but it's not really working for him. They live in like a small 1-bedroom apartment. It's rough. And I was told that baby Zerka is not coming into the best financial situation. And this dumbass retard, he wants to suck up to Nick Fuentes, thinking what? He's going to get a cozy channel or something, and he'll get some Bean Soy super chats. You realize, Josiah, like the upper echelon of cozy streamers make like $40 a day, right? Like you do realize that. So this whole grift to Fuentes, you're just
the insider
shooting yourself in the foot.
information.
Even if you got a cozy channel, you still wouldn't make jack shit.
So as soon as things kind of started,
But hey, I would take
shifting,
$40 a day
I
to
think
do this.
Elijah felt like things were getting out of his control, and
Okay.
so
he keeps saying things are getting out of Elijah's control. They were kind of beefing a little bit. So I've been telling you, I've told you about Dan Crenshaw, and I've told you about James O'Keefe, and I told you about the people at the Blaze. Not to name any names because I don't want anyone to get in trouble because people have been talking to me. And there's everyone at Turning Point. And then there's her whole past before where she's posting lesbian lewd photos and pictures of her ass and pictures of her dressed like a whore countless times, and how she was an atheist and how she was fucking everyone and she was a sex positive. Right? So get this. You're like, Josiah can't be a bigger cuck, right? So Josiah was working for Elijah Schaefer, right? He was working for Elijah Schaefer. And I've had 3 different sources, 3, all very large sources, who have all confirmed me. One of them told me that Elijah fucked Isabella Riley. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been confirmed by all 3 of them that they at least did things.
And that, from what we're hearing today, corroborating with what Sarah Stock is divulged, that actually was true.
least did things, you know. She gave him a little sucky in the words of, you know, the Orientals.
Your virgin tried eagle, right?
This is what I was told. And you look at the timeline. Elijah Schaefer gets fired from the Blaze. Why? Because he's being a sex pest weirdo. That's literally on the record. So is it out of bounds? I mean, the guy had a wife. We already know Elijah Schaefer was cheating on his wife, his current wife, while she was pregnant. We already know that. He got fired from the Blaze for doing shit with Sarah Gonzalez and other people. But
so that would really line up perfectly with what we covered in the past, where his wife's family had him on a short leash because of, I would assume that was prior to Sarah Stock, it sounds like. So if they knew anything about that, he got fired from the Blaze because of it, they probably had him on a short ass leash. And they were probably giving him another chance. What did he do with it? He hired Sarah Stock and he slept with her. Great. And now we're going to find out he's sleeping with another person. Dang, dude, he just gets around. Elijah, of all people, man, he cheated on his pregnant wife. Yes. Twice. 3 times. Twice.
So is it really out of bounds to say, oh yeah, he was doing stuff with other people there also? I'm going to say probably not. Again, the guy's a sex pest weirdo. But, imagine being Josiah. Imagine being Josiah. You work for this guy. You're simping for this just a total whore. She's sucking off your boss. She's fucking your boss. Whatever the fuck's going on there. You're working for Elijah, and then you marry her. You marry her, and now they're all on the same side shilling Fuentes.
Certified cuck behavior. That is brutal, man. I don't know how can you even square that circle?
Josiah, Isabella, Elijah Schaefer are all shilling. They're all shilling Fuentes. They were all shilling the Apple account. They were all tweeting about it. All that shit.
The Apple account was his pseudo anonymous account, right? That he used to post under when he was banned on Twitter. He used to get on a new account. Nick used to get on another account, and apparently they were shilling it nonstop.
And he knows. I said it. I said every time he logs onto Twitter, it's not even that. Every time it's like his job, his old boss. Like, that's fucking crazy, man. Imagine.
It is really weird because think about it. What happened right after the Sarah Stock situation? What did Elijah do? He came out and he ran to Nick Fuentes. It's kind of like what he's saying here is that these people, they come out and they ran to Nick Fuentes. Why are they running to Nick Fuentes? That's very weird. Why is he sweeping for them? Why is he running cover? Maybe because it's like a little more of a grift than we realize, and that you're trying to create and you're trying to bolster this network of conservatives, and all it is basically vying for power. That's what I think 99% of the shit is.
Is friends with Elijah. He's still friends with these people. It's not just Dan Crenshaw like we thought. He's actively in social circles with multiple dudes that fucked his wife. And now, just like these fucking dumbasses, well, not Tree, but Josiah and Isabella, just like them who think that they're gonna suck up to Fuentes. When did Elijah really start sucking up to Fuentes like hardcore? Oh, it was after he got fired from the Blaze. I mean, he was like, he'll throw him a bone every now and then, but he started sucking up to him after the Blaze. Why? Well, probably because, if I had to guess, I don't think he's doing so hot. I don't think.
Boom! I think that's exactly what it is. I think he's not doing so hot right now. And what did he do? He started sucking up to Fuentes again, saying, I'm with the Groypers. I'm with you guys. And then what? He's just going to grift off of them, and he's going to get money and get clout from them. And that whole following he has. This is just, man, this is kind of scummy, especially if this is 2023. This was 3 years ago. He's doing the same exact thing. He's running the same play back. So he's going to go and run around town and sleep with all these trad, e-girl, whatevers. And then when he gets caught, he's going to go run to Fuentes, his daddy Fuentes, and he's going to say, please run cover for me. Groypers, I'm on your side. And they're going to go, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll give you our allegiance. Very weird behavior. Very strange power dynamic going on here.
He's doing so hot. He was making bank at the Blaze. He had one of the biggest shows. It all got thrown away because he was a sex pest. And here we are. He's shilling for Fuentes. This guy's shilling for Fuentes. It's tough. It really is tough. So not only did he know all this stuff about her, he was sleeping on her couch while she was out fucking other guys. Not even making that up. He knew about all this shit prior to wifing her up. But he also, it's been confirmed to me that it was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He married her in 2 weeks. because she finally showed interest in him, and 2 weeks is all it took for him to get down on one knee
Wow.
for the used cum rag.
Okay, that's that. That's that. That's a little much. But some of this I think is like, to be right wing in this country, it has been largely tied to the Christian right. Right, the Christian right is the major block in the Republican Party and the right wing in this country. And I wonder how much of these people, because none of them really live a Christian lifestyle. And I'm not saying, look, dude, everybody has their sins, everybody has their thing, right? I understand that, whether it's alcohol, whether it's porn, whether it's food, whether it's pride, whatever. Like, everybody has their thing. I get that. What these people are doing, the lifestyles they're living, the drugs, the alcohol, the cuckery, the whatever the hell this is like, this isn't you're slipping up. This isn't, oh, I had too many drinks, I'm drinking too. Or what? This isn't, I had a little this, I did. This is like a lifestyle. You're living a complete 180 lifestyle of a Christian, of a conservative, of somebody like that. And I wonder how much of this is actually like, we just want to make inroads on the right wing to grift is one, but also I think that they want to transform the right wing and pull it away from Christian morality. I think that they want to have a right wing, but they want to ground all these things in something other than the Christian God. I think they want to ground these things in, I don't even know, some weird Nietzschean state power. Like, I don't even exactly know what it is. This is just kind of spur of the moment thought. But I think that this is kind of what they want to go, is they want to try and excise the right wing away from Christian morality and Christian ethics, because I think ultimately they want to be just as satanic and just as prideful and do exactly what the left does and do whatever they want. Do as thou wilt. They want to be able to sleep around in polycules. They want to be able to do whatever, but they have to put on this grift for the meantime. They have to put the cross up there. They have to say that they're Christian because they need to make inroads on the political right. And that's the only way you'll be able to make any inroads. That's the only way people are going to take you seriously, is if you're a right wing. I'm right wing. Well, are you Christian? Yes, I'm Christian. Okay, but not really. Right? Not really. And ultimately, I think maybe we're trying to push forward more and more and more to something more devoid of any of that type of morality. They just want to do what they want to do, and they want power. It's basically just will to power. How can I get that? Well, I'm going to have to cozy up to Christians. I'm going to have to act like I'm Christian. And until we can get to a point to where we can cut that out of the right wing, until we have a right wing that's not bound up in Christian morality and the Christian faith, we will follow along in that. We will grift, and we will wear that as our symbol for now.
You want your sweet release, okay, you cuck? Okay, you fucking white cuck? You want your release? You want an angry white man to say I'm mad as
Chat will say this is about you, but it's not.
hell that the Super Bowl?
Because he says, like, you angry white cuck, but I'm just, like, joking around.
What the fuck is the joke?
It's not a joke. I'm joking.
No,
at the
no, no.
chat for being
Explain the
stupid.
joke.
I don't know. I heard him say that.
And you thought of him.
No. I'm saying the chat is retarded and will
Wow,
say
dude,
this.
I am beating the shit out of you after this.
Okay.
Some Spanish.
Wow.
Go
Okay.
watch
Well, that
Matt
was
Walsh, the goy, and get your release. That's my honest to God opinion.
That was definitely acting. Let me just say that right there. That was definitely bad acting. But why would you even want to make that the angle? Is that the angle he's going for? He's trying to fill that role. Yes, I am the cuck. Yes. That is fucking weird, man.
Chat will say this is about you, but it's
Also, that is a weird. Chat will say it, so therefore I'm going to announce it on stream. If somebody in chat says something bad, you don't read it. You just get a mod to delete it, or you delete it yourself, and then you just move on. You don't go and say it. You don't go and actually read it, because then now everybody knows, right?
Chat will say this is about you, but it's not.
Hell that the Super Bowl.
Because he says, like, you angry white cuck, but I'm just, like, joking around.
What the fuck is the joke?
That right there was acting. That was bad acting. What the fuck was the joke? So I don't know. It seems like he's trying to lean into that. Very freaking strange couple, man. If they're even a couple, I don't even know. They're a couple for the grift, maybe. In new leaked audio, Sarah Stock says she doesn't think Elijah Schaefer actually wants his kids and is using them as pawns against his ex-wife. Wow. She says everyone knows he's a weird alcoholic liar, but they're all afraid to speak out due to him blackmailing people. Whoa, blackmailing? Everybody's trying to set up their own, like, Epstein thing. Do you notice this? Seems like everybody. Milo has his Epstein thing going on. Elijah is blackmailing people. I think Nick probably has his own Epstein thing going on. These people are not as they come off. Everybody thinks, like, oh, the guy on the screen, he's so wholesome. He's a wholesome, right-wing, quirked-up Chungus churchgoer. And it's like, no, actually behind the scenes, they have these, like, large networks, and they're blackmailing people, and they're vying for power, and they're jockeying for power. Like, no, dude, this shit is way deeper than people realize and the normies realize.
Like, I feel like the way, like, straight men talk about gay people, it's like...
About?
They're
the
Right.
gay men, and I just remember him like saying, oh, like it doesn't like it makes sense to me, like he's like basically like not like grossed out by that at all, or just thinks that it's like normal. And to me, that's like, okay, there's like something weird about that.
Nasty, and he won't accept any accountability, and he denies everything. How can you reason with a man like that? Like, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
I've had so many good faith conversations with him where I've sat him down, and obviously, like, everyone likes to think that I don't know anything and that Elijah hides his shit well, but he doesn't. But like, do you think
Clearly.
that he can look after 2 kids?
No, that's like, and it sounds like so bad. This is gonna sound horrible, but to me, it's surprising he would want to. That sounds so bad, but
I'm surprised. No,
does
it's
he even want to? You know what I mean?
it's just an image thing. It's just
Yes,
just to
yes, I
like
think that's what
stick
it
it
is.
to his wife. It's not because he wants to. It's because he like can't have somebody else winning or like losing this situation, you know? Because he's built up this whole perspective of like, oh, I'm a father and I'm doing everything for my kids and all this kind of shit. And it's like, first of all, he never spends any time with his kids. I think we both know that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've seen him. He's drunk like six days a week, like blackout drunk all the time.
Is
Like,
that true?
Black
that he hasn't
out?
been drinking for a while?
I mean, that's coming from his mouth. I just don't believe anything he says because he's just lied so many times. And like, I've been through like, we've been through this where he's like, he'll say this all the time and then you'll catch him drinking and then he'll say, no, I've been sober, and then you catch him drinking and he'll deny it. And it's like, this has been going on for 3 years.
Even on the stream we watched, the 2-hour Cope Fest, we caught him. And when he was saying, oh, I've been sober, I haven't drank a single drip of anything because my wife told me not to. I don't have a drinking problem, even though my wife told me not to drink and I haven't drank for months. Well, I think you do have a drinking problem and I think you're lying. So I think he's absolutely right. I think he's just a liar, dude.
The last year, he
And a
wasn't
cheater.
hiding it. He was just like blackout drunk every time.
Yeah.
Like, when you traveled with him, was he just like drinking the whole time, like a mess, like he usually is?
Like half the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Benadryl. He's sipping on that Benadryl.
Yeah. But even in Florida, it's like he's showing up on a Monday or Tuesday at like 3-4 a.m. You know, at home, like staggering in, like passing out or whatever. And it's like, dude, like how could you ever look after kids? You know.
It's the
And
woman's
if you
job.
want that lifestyle, wouldn't you just want to go and party? Like, go party.
That's probably what he would say. I'm going to go out and drink till 4 a.m. It's the woman's job to watch the kids. I just come home and beat her.
It's crazy to me.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
Would be taking after.
But that is something he would say.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I think it's just like an ego thing. Oh, I had one other question. I'm not crazy. You think he's an alcoholic, right? Like, I mean, at least in that time period. Would you say that he's an
yeah.
alcoholic? Like,
Yeah.
without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if it came down to, if he was like seriously trying to take the kids, you could probably get like 20 people to testify that he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, right.
I'll testify.
Right? Like,
I don't. But
Based
that's
on
the
what I
thing.
know.
Like, I mean, maybe you would say it. But I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't say it because you're like also, you know, he's got stuff on you. So it's just really like my word against his, or like.
there has to be other people. Like, literally, everyone I've met at like a conference who knows Elijah doesn't really like him, and they say he's an alcoholic.
Really.
I don't know.
But why
I feel
doesn't
like there's other
anybody
people
ever
who have
say
said
anything?
that. Huh?
Why doesn't anybody ever say anything? Because, like, I feel like I'm the only person out here that's being like, hey, you're an alcoholic, stop drinking, da-da-da, like saying it. Everybody else just keeps quiet. Like, even in the industry, nobody says anything. Like, does he have blackmail on everybody?
Maybe. He just lives like he breathes.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes
It's incredible.
I'll just see him like tweet something. I'm like, that's not even true. Like, you know that. Like, about his own life. Like, he'll just like randomly be tweeting lies about his own life to everyone.
Yeah, like his family's in Australia because the IDF is coming to kill him. And it's like, all right, buddy. Like, all right.
And do you think he like believes his own delusions or something?
Remember, It's not a lie if you believe it, right? Is that what Elijah's doing here? It's not a lie if I believe it, right? Even though it might be the most delusional crap ever. Yeah, this weird, I really hate this weird, prideful angle he's taking. I mean, seeing him at CPAC, I hate the kind of deflection he does to say, well, I can do no wrong, and anybody who's attacking me has to be doing it because they're Jewish or they're brown or whatever. This new sick form of pride that's kind of metastasized on the right wing that I think we've seen in other places as well, where they go, you can't criticize me because you're a woman, because I talk about women and the real red pill about women. You can't criticize me because you're Jewish and I talk about the real red pill. You can't And so these people just avoid all criticism because that has to be what it's rooted in, is some sort of seething about his position, about his views. It's a shield. I hate this. And then it just creates this like insane pride to where they think, oh, I have no problems, I can do no wrong. And it's like, no, dude, you did something wrong. I would just like to see him not be a prideful doof and act like he's hot shit, smoking his cigars, rolling around in his car and wearing Hugo Boss, thinking he's Hitler 2, 3, and 4. Like, dude, you totally cheated on your pregnant wife. Dude, you totally blew up your marriage, all while espousing these views. And then you're just deflecting and saying that you're coping because you're Jewish or brown or whatever. And it's like, no, that's not good. Nobody likes that. That looks terrible. It looks very prideful. It looks very vain. What does Nick think of him? Nick and him, as far as I know, are close. They're close.
I told you the other night, I don't really want to weigh in on the Elijah Schaffer, Sarah Stock drama, because they're both friends of mine. And obviously, I don't approve of the things that are being said about them. It's not good stuff, but they're my friends. And I'm there for my friends when they're going through a hard time and when they're going through a good time. You know, that's what I have to say about that.
So it really has nothing to do with this objective moral ethic, right? It has nothing to do with Christian morality or Christian ethics, and that we are trying to conform and abide by those ethics. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with, are you good? Are you cool with me on a personal level? And do you kiss my ass? And if you do that, well, we're cool. You can't even at least put it in the context of Christian morality and how this is not adhering to that whatsoever. No, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to put that out there. I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say anything about them because they're my friends. But as soon as Elijah does something that he doesn't like, how much you want to bet this is going to get brought up? Elijah will do something. He'll counter signal Nick or the Groypers in some way. And he'll come out and say, well, at least I'm not a cheating piece of shit, whatever, grifter. And it'll be freaking nuclear. He did condemn Elijah's behavior when it first broke. He just didn't talk much about it. Yeah. But he, in the past, he's talked about, yeah, right here. This is a clip.
Yeah, let's see what is that Elijah Schaffer? Fucking faggot. Is it? No, it's not him. I thought it was him. He was so gay for me. He's horrible. At CPAC? Yeah. Holy, what you drink? Maybe a minute ago. What's going on here?
But that's when they're on bad terms. So that's okay. That's when I'll attack him when not even really, again, what the thing he did that's not even a problem for Nick. That doesn't even seem like he cares about that. It's whether or not you're in good standing with me and the Groypers in America First. If you're in good standing with us, then I will attack you viciously. If you're not, then I'll sweep for you. Then I'll run cover. Wild, dude. That's one of the problems I also have with the America First Nick thing, is that it's just like, it's just devoid of anything real and any virtue. It just doesn't seem like it's just a dead end. It's another dead end is what it seems. And all of it is bound up on this one guy, is bound up in Nick and his personality and the parasocial relationships that all these Groypers have with him. And like I said, you can take the propositions and the truth claims of what he says on their own and say, okay, that was true. He was right about the Jewish influence. Okay, he was right about whatever. It becomes distorted and people get this weird parasocial relationship with him where it's like, it's no longer about those anymore. You can't extract that. It's about falling in and buying into him as a guy. And then it becomes like a cult, and it's like weird behavior. And ultimately it's not bound up in anything objective. He's not following a law like we've seen here. He's following who's good to him and only him and his movement and who can help him progress. That's what it feels like. That's Elijah though. Not good. Hey, what's going on, big guy? What's going on? What are we doing? I mean, your marriage is over. That's almost certainly not going to be reconciled, but you can pick up the pieces and be better than you were before. Ultimately, you can come out of this better. I don't think that's the route he's taking, unfortunately. This would be, honestly, the railing on him is very fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, the railing on him, kind of fun, but It would be a very good story if he comes around eventually and we come to find out he actually becomes holier than before, then he actually comes out the other side. That would be, whoa, redemption arc. Everybody loves a redemption arc, Elijah. He flew too close to the sun and now he's getting burned because of it. He is living this lifestyle of, oh, I can do whatever, living in ultimate pride, right? To where he's working at Blaze. He's getting paid probably lots of money. He's making it. He's a big boy, right? And then he just, I think, took a little too much from people, took a little too much, did a little too many things, and he lived this lifestyle. He created this lifestyle around him that is not easily to give up on. That's something people need to think about more. That's something I try and think about is think about the lifestyle in terms of like seeds, like kernels, and where will this grow to? How will this grow? If you're out drinking till 4 a.m., if you're hiring women, if you're sleeping around, if you're in these weird cucks polycule thing, how is that going to blossom? What is that going to lead to? Even just the first time he started doing it, the first time he came home at 4 a.m., the first time he hit on some woman at work, you should be like, in the back of your mind, that's how I try and think is like, what is this going to lead to? Is this going to lead to rampant degeneracy and me sleeping around with other women and hiring Sarah Stock and hitting on her and all this? I mean, look at where it led him to. You could have nipped it in the bud the first time when he got fired from the Blaze. That was a big opportunity to stop and say, I'm making a mistake. What am I doing? I'm cheating on my pregnant wife. And it looks like she gave you another shot. But then it's just again and again and again. And that's where you go, it's tough. It's tough. But once you really solidify that, once it's actually a full blown tree in your life, it's tough to cut down. It's easier to just pull up the seed, pull it up before it actually grows into something terrible. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to see the future, see the trajectory of the seeds I'm planting and see what they are at the root. But to do that, you have to have a clear and objective understanding on what is good. Right? That's really hard. Who are the people I'm hanging around? What morals, what virtues, what ethics do they espouse? And you can only do that if you have a standard on which you can gauge them from. That's why it's like the first thing people got to do, man, you got to get into the church. Get into the church, because that will ground everything. And then from there, you'll view everything through that lens. And that will allow you to plant the seeds, the correct seeds that will blossom into something good. Real, got to catch stuff before it explodes. Absolutely. And I'm trying to do that. And I've made mistakes in my past. I'm not perfect. Listen, I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm batting 1,000. Listen, dude, I've made some real mistakes in the past that blossom into some bullshit. And then it really hurts. And then it sucks when it blows up in your face, like it did with Elijah. But he can take that and he can look at it and go, oh, I need to plant a better seed next time. But he's not, doesn't seem like he's doing that. Brutal. Just brutal.